for us trapped in melancholy. With the wood ones, a holly suggestions that obliterate to camouflage the folly. Attempt a mental robbery, executed softly. The paupers see this mockery and walk the talk with me. Put the hands up to touch the akasha, cause you know deep down there's something bigger than your wallet.
Still no. What about now? Did it change since the last? Can you hear me now? How frustrating. You finally make me live and there's... Oh, you can hear me now. Woo! Yeah, that was really weird because nothing changed. I didn't change anything in the settings for my live streaming, but the program decided to change something. So I just went in to my audio and none was selected. Weird. I do this 3 times a week and never change anything and it works every time, but not today. So thank you for alerting me that the sound was off. I'm just going to start over then. I'm glad that Lori and Chrisanne are here. And if you want to share this to your own pages on Facebook or wherever you want, just so people can see it, what I'm doing is I'm just going to show people the pendants that I'm making and explain to them what's in it and why I'm doing it. And so that is the point of this. And what I was saying earlier was if anybody watching is interested in any of them, I think Chrisanne and Lori are 2 of the people who already have some, which is awesome. But if anybody else is listening and sees one of the ones that I'm talking about describing and you want it, just let me know in the comments and I'll hold it aside for you and we can figure out payment. But You can purchase it through my shop on the site, rogueways.org. If that's easiest for you, every single one I'm showing you, and they all have titles, so you'll know which one you want. You can buy it through there, and then that's really easy. If it is, and if you want to, you can just PayPal me directly too, and we can cut out that sort of process and just do it, between us. So just let me know what you want, and we'll figure it out. But these Orgonite pendants that I'm making are based off the sort of science and philosophy of Wilhelm Reich. He discovered and created sort of the science of orgone, and his idea was that you can accumulate this sort of energy that is infinite everywhere in all of creation, and sort of focus it by creating these layered stacks of material. And it's very simple on its basis. It's just layering organic with inorganic. So for example, you could layer some sticks, throw a sheet of metal over that, put some hay on top of that, put some stone on top of that, and you have an orgone accumulator. That's a very, very, very basic sort of orgone idea. The pendants I make obviously have a little bit more finesse than that, an artistic sort of style than that, but that's the basis for it. And I also want to talk about the materials that I use in my orgone. So I'm just going to do that by showing you each of the pendants and telling you what is in it, because I've done mine in my own sort of way, as I do everything. So we'll start with, and by the way, if you comment on Facebook, I won't see it live, so you'll have less chance of me like saving a pendant for you, for example, if that's what you're interested in. So just try to hop over to YouTube, and I'll try to check in with Facebook when I can. But my first pendant that I want to show you guys is this little guy. He is called As Above. That's his name, As Above. It's an Orgonite pendant. You can tell how big it is by comparing it to my fingers. And I'll show you that the first layer in the back is metal foil. So that's our first layer of the orgone. Right on top of the metal foil in this pendant is a piece of handmade paper. You can see it's sort of the black and white design in the back. You can see the silvery metal below that. From this side it's silver, though it's gold here. And then there is a flower petal in there, some yellow flower. I have so many flowers that I use that I can't unfortunately tell you which type I used in each, unless I happen to remember when I'm glancing at it. But the flower petal is on there to sort of beef up that layer of the organic material. The paper and the flower make an organic material. And then on top of that is a crystal. So this is the 4-layer orgonite, as I call it. We have the metal, we have 2 organic layers on top of that, and then we have the crystal. And the crystal is an important aspect of many pieces of orgone that people make. I don't know enough about Reich to know that crystal was specific to his methodology and science, but it has become popular to use, especially quartz, in different orgone pieces that people make. I, however, in these pieces use some quartz and some phrenite. And in this piece, we have some quartz. I believe it's, I forget which type, I'm sorry. But that crystal is in there. So this pendant is the As Above pendant that you can see there. It's a cool one. We have a bigger one coming up, and this is the Bowing Cinquetta pendant. You can see how big it is. It's much larger. It's about 4 fingers wide. You would love it if I had actual measurements, wouldn't you? But I don't. This one I like a lot. It still has the metal. They all have that metal foil as their first layer. This one also has the same handmade paper. It does have the lighter purple petals there, and this one has both the phrenite and the quartz mixed pieces in it. And it has 5 pieces of crystal because it's a much larger piece. And they're arranged in a pattern that I found pleasing. And so that is the Bowing Cinquetta orgone pendant. I told the little story when I was first talking on another video about these pendants that I made, that, the night that I made them, I went to sleep, and one of my sort of guides, if you want to call it that, came to me in a dream and was telling me sort of like, good job, like making that orgone, like they're powerful pieces. And he was saying all of these pendants are powerful, but actually the earrings that I'll show you in a minute were more powerful. So this one we have the double Taurus Orgonite pendant. I really love this one because it still has that metal foil backing, and instead of the handmade paper and a petal, we've got the leaf you can see in the background with one petal of, man, this is the one I thought I was going to remember the flower's name, but I can't. It'll come to me, but you can see it's that long yellow petal. It's very nice. There's a few little pieces of the sort of stamen and other parts in here, and then we have some quartz also in this piece. So that's the double Taurus. Again, this is one of the bigger pieces. You can see compared to my fingers, a little bit narrower than the last piece, but still as long. That's nice. There. I love these long, thin ones like this. This piece I have called the Golden Trinity. I like that we've got the gold and the foil on the back. We've got the handmade paper still, and we just have 1 or 2 or 3 little stamen on top of that, which I think are beautiful. And oh, I think it's actually 3. That's why I did 3 crystals and 3 stamen each in these. And this has that phrenite again. And phrenite is both organic and metallic, so it's actually my favorite that I've used so far in making these Orgonite pendants, because the crystal itself has the layers that Reich was talking about. Like this phrenite crystal has aluminum and calcium, and I'm like, well, that's perfect, right? That's the organic and inorganic in the crystal itself. So I think that's really cool, and I'm going to try to keep finding creative ways to use that phrenite in these pieces. But this is the Golden Trinity, if you're going to look for that one on the site, or if you want to tell me that you love it. Each of these are $15 that I showed you so far, and then I try to charge $5 for shipping, because that's how much it cost me to send them out. I just sent some to Great Britain, or rather to Scotland, a few days ago, and that was $15 just to send it, but we worked that out ahead of time, and so it worked fine. But in the States, it seems to be about $4 or $5 pretty much across the board. So I tack that on too, but they're very affordable and they're super cute looking. Anybody who's got them knows they're fun to wear, and then you're accumulating orgone to, you know, use as you will, transform and protect your energy. This pair of earrings I call Helical Heaven, and you can see it has some of the same materials. We've got some foil in these. We also have some of that paper, that handmade paper you can see poking out here. What's cool about the earrings, and this is what I was going to say, is my guide that night told me that the earrings were even more powerful than the pendants because I took all of the materials I was using, I layered them up, you know, in the, you know, organic, non-organic, organic, non-organic. I layered them up and then I twisted that, and then I inserted them into the medium. So there's a spiral, which is very powerful shape, and it is a spiral of orgonite. So, and it has crystals in here as well. You can see them at the bottom pretty easily. The ones at the top are harder to see, but it's basically crystal at the bottom, crystal at the top, and then that spiral of orgonite going all the way throughout the structure. So these are pretty rad earrings, and like I said, my guide was like, those are the things. So I try to wear my orgonite earrings every day because I think they really help in, especially right now, sorting out all the shit coming at us from every direction. But yeah, these also have wool in them in addition to some of the other materials I've already stated. So the earrings have a layer of foil, a layer of wool, another layer of sort of metallic substance that I don't know how else to describe it. It's like a metal wire, I guess. Let's just call it a wire. And then the paper. So it's also 4-layer, twisted up, and then again with the phrenite at the top and the bottom. So these ones I'm holding right here are called Helical Heaven, if you go to the site, or if you want to comment that these are the ones you love, I'll send you these. I only have 2 pairs of the earrings left right now, and I'm not making another batch until I sort of get through and sell most of the ones that I already have made. So It might be, depending on how things go, might be a minute before I get more of the earrings in. So if you're interested in the earrings, it might be the time to jump. There is going to be another pair of earrings I show you in a moment. I'm going to say what's up to Sue Finelli, Chrissy Perez. They do protect your energy field, Chrisanne. They're meant to accumulate orgone, which is that eternal sort of, eternal might not be the right word, but ever-present energy that's sort of everywhere. It accumulates that and holds it there. And so some people use it for EMF protection. I've never tested it for that, but that's what a lot of people do. We have a couple of the pyramids in our house, and we, that's how we think of it. We're like, hopefully this is, deflecting some of that EMF that could be bad news and creating a sort of more harmonic energy field. But at the very least, what people's ideas that they gather this orgone, and then you can absorb that in your body and use it for healing and protection. So it's sort of like a extra barrier of energy, and also a healing and transformative energy that they are supposed to bring. And like I said, I'm not making any claims about the EMF because I myself have not tested it. But I do know that other people say that. So I just know that I followed the orgonite sort of patterning of materials, and I use the crystals, and when I can, I do a spiraling metallic aspect as well, and that those are all sort of some principles that people use when they're making orgonite. So I tried to do, really though, what I want to do is make things that are beautiful, because nobody wants to wear something that's ugly. But what I like about it is you get to carry around with you all day, this piece of energetically enhanced jewelry, which is nice. I think that's the goal, and I may try to make some more masculine sort of patterns and creations soon, so that men might have like an option that they can wear. But so far the men who have bought it have been like, I'm just going to put it in my pocket, or just chuck it in my car or whatever, because you can also hang these things from your car. And then people who have bought them know that if I have like an extra piece that I sort of like messed up on, but it's still orgonite, it just doesn't look very nice. There's some sort of defect in it, sort of. I'll throw it in the package for people. So if I have any of those, right now they're all gone because whoever has bought stuff already, got the first dibs. But if I do have sort of extras like that, I throw it in, and you can take that and throw it. For example, I've had 4 charging on my little altar here for a while, and I'm going to put them in the 4 corners of my property, just as its own sort of, warding and energetic boundary making. So you can do stuff like that too. You can use them however you want, but these are definitely meant to be worn and enjoyed and loved. And so I think I said what's up to Lori and Chrisanne. Nico 48 is in the house, and yeah. So the next one I wanted to show you is a little bit smaller one. You can see it's just a few fingers, and this is Orchid Square, is what I call this one. It's the same as the others, with the foil, the handmade paper, a flower petal, and just a piece or two of the Frenite in this one. So that is Orchid's Square. If you're interested in that one, we've got, I think most of you listening have already got yours, which is rad. If you want to share this on Facebook or anywhere else, and if you have other people who might be interested, then that would be cool too. This is a perfect square here. You can see it's one of the sort of smaller pieces. This is Ordered Chaos. Same construction. We've got the metal foil, we've got the handmade paper, we've got a flower petal, and we've got 2 pieces of quartz in this one. We have one of my favorites that somehow no one has snagged up yet. Try to get an angle where you have like the least reflection, because these are very shiny if you haven't noticed yet, which is part of what I love them. They're so perfectly sort of sized, and they're very flashy for a very organic, piece of sort of almost hippy dippy like energy wear. They're very cool in how much you can sort of dress them up or wear them casually. I love that about them. But this is Petal Cairn is the name of this one. If you're looking on the site, or if you want to tell me in the comments that you like this one and want it. This one again has the metal. Again, if I don't do the handmade paper in the background, I do 2 layers of the organic material, and so we've got some leaves in the background and a petal on top with a stamen. And this one has, what is 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of quartz in it, and it's a longer one. Got about 4 fingers again, but a little bit narrow, so that one's kind of nice. So it would be like that. And then some more small, this is the smallest square one we've got, and it's called Prime Purity is the name of this piece. We've got the metal again, we've got the handmade paper, we've got a petal, we've got a piece of quartz, and we have, oh yeah, that was like another tiny piece of another flower stamen that I threw into that one, which is gave it a cool accent that I like. So I like the sort of unbalanced chaos of this one. It's really nice. Prime Purity is the name of this one, and again, it's a bit smaller. It's one of the smallest ones that is square. I don't know how I have not put a sort of loop on this one for hanging, but this is the Tri-Force Orgone Pendant. This one was so funny. In the end, I realized I had made a little face. He's got a nose and his little eyes. So that was kind of fun. Same construction. We've got the metal, we've got the handmade paper, we've got a few pieces of the Phrenite in here, and a little tiny piece of petal thrown in the mix as well. Again, I love the Phrenite ones because I didn't emphasize it enough. The Phrenite has its own layers of organic and inorganic, which I think is amazing. And so I love using that in the Orgone that I'm making. So the Phrenite ones are pretty cool. And that one again was Tri-Force. Tri-Force is the name of that one, if you're looking on the site. And the last pieces I have left in my short little presentation are these. These are one of my favorite earrings that I made. And again, the earrings are the ones that my guys told me was the most powerful of all of the pieces I made. So my favorite looking ones and also the most powerful. And I just like, I don't know if you can even really tell, but I like that you can see through part of this one and then not, and then see through again. You can see the crystal really easily at the top and the bottom of this one. You can see a stamen that I have that runs most of the length of it. This one has a piece of Phrenite and a piece of quartz in it, which I like. And again, it has that twisting helical structure that draws the energy all throughout the pendant. And this one has that same sort of patterning, which is nice when they turn out that way, because I don't know if you know about making Orgone, but you can't really see what's happening in there. Once you put everything in, it's just kind of going to come out how it comes out. So these ones have a sort of diamond structure. You can see if you look at from the bottom-ish. So they're a diamond shape, sort of. I don't know what that three-dimensional structure is called when it's a diamond shape, but those ones are called the Twi-Star Orgonite earrings. Twi-Star. So we have the helical heaven, which are the perfect circle, just tubes. And then we have the Twi-Star as far as the earrings go, that are the diamond shaped tubes. So they have some angles on the outside instead of just a circle. And the earrings are $20 a piece for the pair. The pendants I did 15, and then the earrings I did 20. So you're getting 2 pieces of Orgonite for cheaper, and they're the more powerful ones. I just think the earrings are awesome. So, you know, you should get whatever piece sort of speaks to you. And again, it's nice because now you're wearing something that is attracting and accumulating this energy that we can use to heal and transform ourselves, and also protect. Most importantly, protect. But, you know, in my understanding, in my own energy work, when you are taking an energy and building this boundary of protection, you can also then send that out to others and sort of act more effectively in the world on an energetic level. And so I think they're powerful pieces to have, and sort of always, carry on you and do it in style, because they're super awesome looking as far as I'm concerned. So those are the ones that I have left. Again, you can find them on my site on rogueways.org. Double Taurus pendant, Leah asked. Yes, I did say double Taurus pendant. Not Taurus as in the sign, astrological sign of the bull, but Taurus as in the sort of donut shaped, energetic. That was what came to my mind when I was naming that one. So double Taurus is a structure that I appreciate in geometry. Taurus. Slightly different. But yeah, double Taurus. And Leah, if you like the double Taurus, you say the word and they are held for you. And that one again was, this one is the double Taurus. I feel like a QVC shopping channel, and that's not what I was aiming to do. I'm aiming just to inform people what these are, and I think some people don't want to ask what is orgone or orgonite, what's the point of it, and I think some people don't want to ask like what's actually in these. So I wanted to do at least a short little ditty where I explained what they are, what's in them, what it's for, and showed the remaining ones I have left. Each batch is totally unique, although the style is similar because of the materials I'm using are the same so far. But I have lots of materials at my disposal. I'm a crafty sort of person, and I hoard fun little bits of things so I can use them in future projects. And so I look forward to doing other styles and designs as time goes on, as these sort of sell out and go through them. The first batch I made was gone within a day. Like 100% of them were bought and sold. And this second batch, I think a lot of the people that I know and have heard of this and understand what it is already have theirs. And so there's, that has been exhausted. But if you have enjoyed yours and you love it, please do share either the page on rogueways.org, the shop page that's for Orgonite Pendants, or share this video and let other people know that you like this and that you're into it and that maybe they'll enjoy it too. This is not a money-making excursion. I make on average like $3 or $4 a piece when all is said and done. But it is super fun for me. I really like to make shit. I make quilts, I make food, I make art, I make collage art, and now I make these, and none of those things have ever been a money-making experience, but this one is even cooler because people can use it, and it's a really positive result for people who are using it, and I love that I love making art that is also practical. It's beautiful, it's practical, it's applicable. I love that. That's my favorite thing to do. Very relaxing to look at. What's up, 5 Arts Liberalis? Dibs. Chrissy said dibs, you would like those, but I don't know which ones. Twi-star for Chrissy. And 3 random ones. Okay, Twi-star is set aside for Chrissy. You want 3 other random ones? Tell me which. I'll set them aside. Lori loves hers. Lori has hers. She's wearing them right now. We do desperately need. Part of me wants to just like make them and hand them out to people. Be like, please wear these. But I have this ideal that nothing is given without an exchange of energy. I mean, that's just true anyway. And so I like the exchange to be clear and, perceived and agreed upon, rather than emotional or mental or psychological and not stated clearly. And so I'd like to at least try to get them into people's hands in a way that is also, recursive. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. It's an exchange, and it's oh my god, what is the word? It's going to drive me crazy now. It's a word that specifically means sent back at you in the same spirit or whatever. It almost just came out and then it went away again. People often make that mistake. They think a brilliant shape is automatically a diamond. Oh, what is it if it's not a diamond? It's brilliant shaped. Oh, really? Is that like that's a shape? Brilliant? Is it? I wonder if it's a national thing or whatever. What if you're from somewhere else, 5 Arts Liberalis instead of the United States? Maybe in the United States it's a diamond and it's something else somewhere else. Because it's this shape. And maybe that's a brilliant. I've never heard the word brilliant as a geometrical shape, but I'm open to it. Yeah. So Chrissy, if you're still out there and you want to tell me what other 3, I definitely I've set the TwiStar aside for you. And let me go back. Facebook, unfortunately, doesn't like to tell me most of my comments, but especially not when it has to do with videos. Oops. Oops. It also doesn't like to let me mute. Here we go. Okay, just Leah on the Facebook then. Again, if you are on Facebook watching and you want to get through to me at any time on live streaming, it's way better to go over to rogueways.org. Sorry, no, that's my site. To go over to Rogueways, the YouTube channel, and chat there, because I get that delivered straight to my face. And Facebook, I don't. It's worldwide. Brilliant as a cut shape. Huh. Maybe in gems, like maybe in gemstone cutting, maybe not in necessarily just like geometric shape naming. I don't know if there's a difference there, but I'm guessing there might be. But yeah, that is all I really wanted to share with you guys. Again, orgonite materials are nice to have around you for their possible EMF protection, but at the very least, their orgone accumulation, and that energy is used as a protective boundary for on that energetic level. And these pendants that I have created in love and joy and offer to you at probably the cheapest price you would ever find an Orgone pendant, meant for you to take and use, enjoy as well, and have that sort of protection and energetic accumulation for yourself so that you can heal, protect, and transform, and then also share that with others. That is the goal. So yeah, if you want to go to, again, rogueways.org, you can check those out in the shop section. There's an Orgone pendant specific section in the shop that you can look at all of the ones that are available. There is one of each. If it's up there and you can add it to your cart, then it is available, so grab it. I'm about to tear down the TwiStar so that no one can grab those away from Chrissy. And otherwise, I do hope that you all protect your energy as best you can, create things that you love and share them with others, enjoy, and as always, travel well, aim for balance, and always look inside first. Mwah! Thanks for stopping by, you guys.
It's a one-on-one lesson, so do your homework. Make your dome hurt while up on earth. My bones are blessed from holy dirt. Vibes manifested to words that told me search for verbs and adjectives to describe birth. Worth more than one can speak, while the tongue beats a weak, a sour taste in your mouth, bittersweet. Words can also kill you when you sleep. Mind condition, low frequencies while the subconscious mind listens. I can tell a vision filled with lies, disguised as truth, and spread it like the word to the youth. Watch the tube. A place where the God gets booed is sorcery. To recreate a God forgery does more than meets the eye. Not too many know. Just hear me flow like the eye of Horus Henio. Yeah, not ready to leave until we believe we're free to go. You hear me? Go.
Sculpted from the ether, the material will eat ya. Stuck on this plane, lanes use jet fuel to greet ya. The dimensional 3 ain't beating me on top of the 4th. Didn't climb Jacob's ladder to squab with a sword. Forged with Yggdrasil, branched out, try and quiet your lamps now. Ascension past the matter, let they slam out they damn mouths. We ain't on land now. but they over understand. Sacrificing wisdom, hoarding dumber kosher wicked hands, putting faith in worthless worship of the mortals. Artificial portals, mass ingestion of the black goo, bioengineered morsels. Conversing with machine elves, bypassing maggots. They stuck on Android screens now. I'm scrolling emerald tablets. Moloch living lavish, off the backs of the savage. Them clasp hands at the Sabbath, smack of energy damage. They done twisted the tongues, but nanotech in the lungs. The awakening's begun. All they really can do is fucking
Run.